They smile in our damn faces. Ilhan Omar was worth minus $64,000. She was $64,000 in debt a few years ago. Now she is worth $30 to $40 million. Somebody tell me how that happened.
This is the man we're talking about. His name is Abdemahat Billy Muhammad, but prosecutors say the 28-year-old uses the names Kareem and Altesto on Snapchat. And that is where investigators say he met his latest victim as well as his two previous ones. Prosecutors say he picked up his most recent victim in Mankato back in September and drove her to a hotel near the Mall of America where he took her phone, told her she wasn't leaving, raped her, and held her against her will for days. That's according to prosecutors.
Respect. This is the United States of America. There's so many.
Where are you from?
I'm WSBN Channel 7.
Okay.
My name is Vanessa McGee.
Great, thanks.
United States of America. So many people are being robbed. There's due process. This is wonderful. This dog and pony show, but there's American citizens who are being deported. They show their birth certificates. They show their passports. They show their IDs. And a lot of the work being done is a little sloppy.
Well, first of all, I'll let ICE handle that accusation that you're making that they're deporting American citizens who are showing birth certificates and all that. I don't believe that that's true, but I'll let them respond to that. But you see,
it ain't true. But let the news reporter try to fearmonger and put lies out there and ask fake questions.
You seem to have no sympathy. You seem to have no sympathy for people that have been victimized by illegal aliens.
Facts.
What about people, you have someone driving drunk and kills American citizens?
Facts.
What about people that have been deported previously and let in under Biden who then commit sexual offenses or commit homicides?
Facts.
And then we have more victims as a result of the federal government's previous inattention and unwillingness to enforce the law. So there are a lot of people that have been harmed by illegal immigration.
Facts.
There have been people that have been harmed by Tren de Aragua gang members who should not be in this country in the first place.
Facts.
So let's just be clear. Who are you fighting for? We're fighting for the citizens of Florida. We
Facts.
want them to be able to live in a society that upholds the rule of law. We want them to be able to live in a state that is safe. And we have to take action on it. I'll let them address your accusation. But the notion that somehow this is America, therefore we're supposed to have an open border, we're not supposed to enforce
Facts.
immigration laws,
Yes.
we're supposed to just sit on our hands when Biden let in 7 or 8 million people illegally into the country? No, that is not responsible. That is not what our citizens elected us to do.
Facts.
So we're in this fight. I think a lot of these narratives that I hear, to me, just instinctively, I think they're fake narratives because I've seen it happen so many times. But I will let folks at ICE respond to your accusation.
Well, the first thing I'll say is that I think the governor's words really stand on their own. The men and women of ICE are working every single day to protect the communities, working with state and local officials to do our very best to protect the communities after the Biden administration opened our borders, allowed people to come into this country that should have never came into this country in the first place, jeopardizing our families and our communities and putting them in harm's way on a daily basis. The men and women of ICE are going into those communities to protect the men and women in these communities, to be able to do the mission that we've been set on every single day that the president has given us.
349,000 new court cases in 2025 alone. Only 1% are new cases based on alleged criminal activity. So a lot of these people don't have criminal past or background. So who's being arrested and where is this information on ICE's website? It's on court documents, but we can't get this information. And ICE, quite frankly, isn't being very transparent.
Look, I'll stand by the fact that if you're in this country illegally, you are a criminal. You will be deported. You will have the opportunity to be able to come back into this country through the correct immigration processes. We're working through those every single day, but our number one goal is to keep the American people safe from the criminals that are walking in this country that should have never been let through in the first place.
And my question to you is, whose side are you on? These daggone Democratic reporters get on my daggone nerves, bruh. I should probably put that, but they are literally giving us their butts to kiss while they take up for illegal immigrants who commit these crimes against American citizens. If you are so pressed to defend these illegals? Why don't you go where they are in other countries? Feel free to use your passport and your privilege to move to their country with your American ass and take up for them there. Don't let them come here and make us their victims, victimize Americans, and then you try to take up for them. Make that make sense. Please make that make sense. I don't care if you're a Democrat, conservative, you're MAGA, it does not matter at this point. All of us are American citizens. All of us love our daughters. All of us love our wives and sisters and nieces and aunts. And I'm specifically naming the women because it's our jobs to protect them. God bless man to be the head of the household, the head of our communities. That's why we try to put this strength forward. But when we have reporters like this lady that don't care about anything that Ron DeSantis said, she was talking about, but what about sticking to the legal confines? What if it's not proven that they committed a crime? What if they didn't commit a crime? Are we still going to deport people who didn't commit a crime? Dumbass! Sneaking into a country is committing a crime. If I sneak into Disney World, I committed a crime. If I sneak into the movie theater, I committed a crime. If I sneak into anywhere I'm not supposed to be, a museum, I committed a crime. You mean to tell me ain't nothing wrong with sneaking into a country? You mean to tell me that 7 million people can sneak into a country, be protected, be financed, be housed for freaking free, and we still take up for them? When does it end? And then I double dog dare you to take your privileged American ass to any other country. Take one of their flags downtown where they are, where their government runs their country, and burn their flag and tell them to read between the lines. Say, F you, burn their flag and say, I don't have to do nothing y'all say. I'm American. I love America. Do that in Mexico. Do that in Korea. Do that in Russia. Do that in Iran, since y'all want to take up for them so damn much. Do that anywhere. Y'all are spoiled and entitled. And y'all feel like American citizens are the ones that should be taken up for second rate. No, we should be first before anybody. We pledge our allegiance to this flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Every single one of you who put these illegals before us, you have completely gone against everything we stand for. Everything we stand for. That's just my point of view. And guess what? This guy that I just now showed y'all, this dude right here, check this out. That reporter that was just now talking to Ron DeSantis, she would have been in favor of this guy being released. She can care less about American citizens being found in bridges. When that black girl in Maryland was thrown over the bridge after she was raped by an illegal immigrant, nobody talked about it. You mean to tell me it takes for a conservative news channel to talk about it simply because CNN, ABC, CBS, everybody is not speaking on it? Why? Because it goes against your narrative. They don't care about that, man. Here's the story, just in case you haven't heard it. Let me stop yelling. Here's the story, just in case you haven't heard it yet, because I need for you to see it for yourselves, for you to fully understand what's going on here.
Man out on probation for sexual assault is charged once again. This time, prosecutors say he He picked up a woman he met on Snapchat and raped her at a hotel in Bloomington.
Now, prosecutors once called this man an extreme public safety risk, but he never spent a day in prison for his previous crimes. Fox 9's Mike Manzoni joining us from our newsroom now. And Mike, prosecutors signed off on plea deals in these previous cases.
Kelsey and Randy, a judge sentenced the Minneapolis man in those cases back in May, but he got credit for time served, so he never went to prison. It was all part of a pair of plea deals. This is the man we're talking about. His name is Abdimahat Billy Muhammad, but prosecutors say the 28-year-old uses the names Kareem and Altesto on Snapchat, and that is where investigators say he met his latest victim as well as his two previous ones. Prosecutors say he picked up his most recent victim in Mankato back in September and drove her to a hotel near the Mall of America where he took her phone, told her she wasn't leaving, raped her, and held her against her will for days. That's according to prosecutors. Investigators used DNA to identify Muhammad as the suspect. His profile was already in the database from previous cases involving sexual assaults in Minneapolis in 2017 and another one in 2024. A Hennepin County judge sentenced Muhammad in May in those cases, including one involving a 15-year-old girl. Prosecutors say two other unidentified men took part in that assault, and one threatened the victim with a gun. But Muhammad never spent a day in prison, as we said, because he got credit for time served while awaiting trial as part of a pair of plea deals. We've reached out to the Hennepin County Attorney's Office for comment. A spokesman there told us it is checking into it.
Let me know in chat. Chat, please let me know. Are you pissed off by this? Are you pissed off by this? Because if you're not, get the hell off my chat right now. Because you are a child. You don't care about people. You are a demon. Be gone, Satan. Be gone, Satan. If you are not pissed off by that, something is wrong with you. You are cold inside. You are dead inside. Ain't nowhere in the world that you can see that story and not be upset. Why in the hell are American reporters trying to take up for these people? Why is our judicial system failing us by allowing them to still roam the streets, do whatever the hell they want to do, raping our citizens, and we can do nothing about it? I got a wife and two daughters. This pissed me off. I got sisters. This pissed me off. Are you out your damn mind? You mean tell me you don't have any women in your life that you love enough to want them to be protected? To want there to be some type of, I don't know. You want the person that did this to your people to pay for it. You want them to not be able to do it to anybody else. If you want them out and about, you don't care about people anymore. It's like you want to see this happen to people. Like this turns you on. Like every single time you hear about this, you go into your little private space and you get some popcorn and some Lubriderm and you do nasty things to yourself, thinking about all of these atrocities that's happening to American citizens because you yourself are a traitor. You have a treasonous attitude. You have a demonic attitude. You need to be saved by the blood of Christ. Ain't nowhere in the world you can watch that. You go on, what is it? Snapchat. You go on to Snapchat, you hook up with a girl, you meet her at the American Mall, the mall that's flooded by Somali Americans. Just in case you don't know, go ahead and look it up. The Mall of America, look it up. Flooded by immigrants. He take her there so that he can just mix in with everybody else. Takes her phone, take her somewhere, grape her, get locked up and released like a damn fish. Like we're fishing for fun. We're fishing for sport. Like we're just catching rapists and then throwing them back out. We catch them, take a picture with them, and throw them back in the water. The law is the reason why this guy feels like he can just live to grape another day. This is what they do. They come here and they believe that the American dream, the same way that Ilhan Omar, they believe that the American dream is taking advantage of American citizens, doing whatever you got to do, whatever you want to do, as long as it's at the behest of an American citizen. They don't care about us. They think we're rich. They think we're privileged and they want to take advantage of us. These people hate us. They don't come here only so that they can make good money and live the dream. They don't come here only to escape whatever rules and regulations and type religious practices that they have in their countries they're from. They don't come here only for that. They come here also because for centuries in their country, for centuries, they have been taught to hate America. They smile in our damn faces. Ilhan Omar was worth minus $64,000. She was $64,000 in debt a few years ago. Now she is worth $30 to $40 million. Somebody tell me how that happened. The Somali immigrant, the Somali community have the lowest IQ of all Americans. Please tell me how they're able to get government financing and grants, $1 million, $100,000 grants over and over and over again to fund their communities. How are they able to own storefronts? How are they able to open up and own daycare centers when they have no money? They have no history. They have no credit history. How are they able to get all of these grants? There are American citizens out here who went to school, who did things the right way, followed the law, and then when they got to a point in their life, they tried entrepreneurship, and they failed time and time and time again. And sometimes they will tell you that you make too much money for them to help you. If I'm lying, somebody check me. Somebody let me know if I'm lying. But you mean to tell me that these Somalians can come here and on day one have a business grant? Have 3 businesses operating out of a little storefront in their community? It looks like a grocery store, but they actually rent out buses in that store. They actually raise children in that store. They actually fix credit in that store. They actually fix computers in that store. What? We have been helping people grow online. It has been absolutely amazing. We have helped many content creators get from zero to monetization in under 30 days. We even have a couple of these superstars who did it in 1 or 2 weeks. If you want to learn how to do YouTube, I don't care your age, I don't care what skills or talents you have. Trust me, I can help you do it effortlessly. Just reach out to me with the word coach and we can get it done. One more thing. We have a YouTube course that I just now created. I'm extremely proud of, and a lot of people are getting so much from. Purchase that course and work with us. You can join our private Facebook group and our daily group calls, which is 3 to 5 days per week, and you can learn so much more than you've ever learned before. I can't wait to hear from you. Love you. Peace.